Good afternoon. Um, Never rains, but it pours, does it? I only just had my final word on the vendetta that the establishment are carrying out against me, because I've exposed the entire establishment as corrupt. And this morning, there I am watching BBC News, as normal, because it's quite entertaining, quite comical sometimes. Um, Basically, I don't put the radio on through the week at all, hardly now. But basically, yeah, it's comedy gold, the BBC News on a weekend, because the lies that come out. And the thing is, I like to watch it because I've got a very sort of three-dimensional mind, if you know what I mean. I like to watch it because you can see in the presenters' faces and their body language that they know they're lying. So it's a good source for. Sorry, my Alexa just kicked off. I'm not quite sure what that was about. Yeah, you can see they know they're lying. So it's a good source for Twitter on a Saturday and Sunday morning. So they're bringing out the election results, of course, and for crying out loud, it's Twitter. They're bringing out the election results, of course, and I just obviously I'm not connected to Huntingdon or Cambridgeshire in any way now. I really don't hear much about what goes on, so I had to quickly do some searching on online and on Facebook and stuff to find this, to confirm this. The Tories have lost control of Huntingdonshire District Council. Now they're still there. It's sort of a hung parliament malarkey, but the leader of the councillors, Ryan Fuller, has lost his seat to an independent. So it's been a while since I've been in the system, so I don't know if this woman, I think her name is Julie Kerr, I don't know if she's now the leader of the council or whatever, but that's a big. Ryan Fuller was the golden boy, and I would lay money he was tipped to take over when Jonathan Ginogly MP left or retired or whatever. And Jonathan Ginogly MP, who by the way was on the back benches because of me, because he said 25 years worth of theft in the public purse wasn't his job to investigate. I mean, of course, none of them would investigate it because they all knew they'd done it. But yeah, so that is wow, huge. Now I've had some information passed to me. Apparently, this Julie Kerr is married to an ex-police sergeant. I've not heard of him, so presumably not one of the ones I got rid of. But I don't know where I sit with that, to be honest. I mean, well done, for winning the seat. But I can only say you've got a bad choice of husband, really. So I've put some stuff out there. Perhaps now the missing money will be confirmed and uncovered nationally. Perhaps not, because I obviously don't know, because most of the coppers are Freemasons. So I obviously don't know if they'll carry on covering that up. I don't know, if she will have the spine to take the thing on, because most of the councillors are utterly useless, basically. I mean, from district council level up, you get paid. And I think when I was a councillor, it was £250 a month, I think. But I did have one woman who'd been elected came up to me shortly thereafter. I think it was after a council meeting. Said, oh, I'm not really quite sure what to do to sort of justify my position, as it were. I mean, we don't need all these councils. It's a load of rubbish. It was more jobs for the boys. That's why the rise of the town hall, which is what I keep on going on about on here. It was all jobs for the boys. It was quoted as more democracy, but of course it wasn't. It was just more ways to cover things up, because all the mates of the MPs and everything who used to hang out down the lodge, they got put forward for all the councillor positions. Don't ask me how I got in. I've actually, looking back now, I've very little recollection of the whole process, to be honest. But yeah, that was, and I got in trouble a number of times. The Tory party threatened to kick me out 3 times because I was exposing other stuff that the council was doing, and they didn't like that. And I said at the time also, which you might be able to find in either Cambridge News or Hunt's Post if you do quite a lot of Googling, because obviously it's going back some years, about how the council employees, actually not the councillors, but the council employees actually run the show, and the councillors really have very limited input, and are soon told to shut up if they step out of line. So, wow, but fantastic. What the Tories, I mean, John Major, I've covered this before. John Major in the 70s, wanted to stand as an MP, and of course he comes from Surrey. So he contested a seat twice in southwest London, I think it was, over the 2 election periods, and failed to win both times. So basically Huntingdon had been Cambridgeshire for quite some time at that point. Huntingdonshire as such didn't exist. So they basically reinvented Huntingdonshire for him, so he could win a seat, because that was a Tory-friendly area, because they wanted him to be Prime Minister later on. So obviously you've got to become an MP before you're Prime Minister. And yeah, so for them to lose that, I mean, that's since the 1970s. So they haven't been kicked out entirely, but for them to lose that seat, in particular, Ryan Fuller's seat, massive, massive blow, especially to their next general election campaign. And I've just been chuckling away all day. I think it's great.